Hey, what's up? I'm Ara, aka I Eat Zebra, and welcome back to the channel. Euphoria Season 2 is finally on its way with a debut date of Sunday, January 9th on HBO and HBO Max. I'm so ready for this new season. The wait has been so long. If you enjoyed our AHS live after shows, don't worry, me and my bestie MJ from Gray Area will be doing a Euphoria live after show. We'll give more info on that when we get closer to the premiere. The trailer finally dropped, and I'm here to break it down for y'all. And boy, is this trailer loaded, so let's get to it. We open up with Rue jamming out in her room to Frank Sinatra's Call Me Irresponsible. As Rue serenades and dances with her pillow, she clearly is pretty high in the scene. And her sister Gia points that out later on in the trailer, but we'll circle back to that. While she is dancing in her room, we see the accolades our good Emmy Award-winning sis Zendaya. I know that's right. A few cool details I noticed in her room. We can see a rated R album poster from back when Rihanna made music regularly. We also can see an MIA Matangi album cover, a Young M.A. poster, Raekwon, and one that kind of almost looks like JoJo, but y'all can be the judge on that one. We move to the next clip when the music changes up a bit to what appears to be a house party, and we could see Kat and Jules in the frame. Hopefully this means Jules is returning from the big city, or it could be possible Kat went to LA to visit her. I'm banking on the former. The next shot moves to Cassie bringing out a birthday cake for Maddie, and then we move to a group shot of who was in attendance. We could see Maddie, Cassie, Kat, and newcomer to the cast, Minka Kelly. According to an article in Marie Claire, she won't be the only new addition to the cast for season 2. We flash over to see my fave, Fez, taking off his sweater. It looks like there are some people behind him, and we move to a shot of him entering a party, so it appears that these may be the same scene. I'm thinking this is the same party that we saw Kat and Jules at. Now the tea of all freaking piping hot tea, is that Nasty Nate with Cassie Boo? According to Sydney Sweeney, she said in an interview, "I can tease that when you ask about season 2, my heart drops. You guys have no idea what you're going to watch way. Cassie really needs to get her shit together. I can't say anything else. Cassie has a crazy storyline in season 2 that I did not expect. Every time I read a new episode that Sam writes, my jaw is on the ground. And I can't believe this is something coming out of someone's mind." Well, you're damn right. How are you baking and bringing out Maddie's birthday cake, but acting all lusty in Nate's car? This better be a John Tucker Must Die thing, because no, I'm not having it. Anyways, moving on. We get our first glimpse at season 2 new cast member, Dominic Fike, who seems to be playing a big role this season as he features predominantly in the trailer. We see someone driving past him in a beige colored car. I think the person looking at him is Jules, and I'll elaborate more as we continue. Next frame, we see my boy Ashtray with what appears to be a hammer as he approaches Fez. I think this is in relation to the mess he's into with Mouse from last season. I don't believe Mouse or Fez were the ones shot since they both appear in this trailer. We can see a performance being put on in an auditorium. Seeing as they are in high school, I'll just assume that is a school play of sorts. We get a shot of Lexi sitting in the same auditorium in the audience by herself. Due to her personality, I wouldn't be surprised if she was maybe a student director for this production. Maddie loves the spotlight, so I would not be surprised to see if she is involved in that show as well. Our girl Jules is down bad in this seemingly public restroom, as it looks like she's contemplating some serious shit. Then we have a cut to a panicked Rue sitting in a car when the asshole from last season, Mouse, pops up and covers her mouth, and he then later slams her up against the wall. I already dislike him for what he did to her last season, and I hope he gets his ass in jail or unalive this season. Speaking of assholes, Nasty Nate's Pappy Cal can be seen hanging out the window of his car yelling. We do know that Maddie swiped one of his dirty tapes. After Nate's behavior last season, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cal becoming more unhinged. we see what appears to be a woman with gold nails and a gun next to the same beige car we saw earlier. I believe this may be a misdirect and could be one of the dreamlike sequences similar to what we would see in season 1 at times. Then it jumps to the new character that Dominic is playing inside of what looks like a bodega of sorts, and he drops some merchandise and runs out. Maybe he and Jules tried to do a failed robbery or something here? Speaking of the law, we see a SWAT team busting down the door to what appears to be Fez's house. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Nate's doing after Fez told him to watch his back last season, as he has done this to Fez in the past because he is legit the worst. It cuts back to Jules and Dominic's character back in the same car as earlier, and it looks like someone is trying to approach them with a bat. I think this is the employee at the bodega that they attempted to possibly rob. Our boy Fez is going to be in for a tough season as we see him beating someone's ass. Hopefully it is Mouse, but it could be a flashback to last season when he beat up the doctor. The amount of Fez we got in this trailer makes me believe we will get a Fez episode early on in the season, since we did not get one last time. Speaking of trouble, it looks as if Rue is being chased by the cops. However, I think this has to do with what is going on with Jules. As when she stops and we see her in front of the car's headlights, the rearview mirror looks exactly like the one we saw Jules in with Dominic's character, and the same one that rolled up on him the first time in the trailer. We then see what appears to either be Cassie or Jules dancing, since they're both blondes. It's kind of hard to tell. However, since it is intercut with Nate screaming, I think it may be Cassie, since we saw her in the car with him earlier. The trailer ends with Gia asking Rue if she's high. I mean, who hasn't danced like no one is watching, but they actually found out someone was watching? Am I right? Well, Rue spits back her drink into her cup and pretty much admits to being high. With that being said, I hope her sobriety sponsor, Ali, pops up this season to try to support her with her addiction and get her back on the path of sobriety. I'm so excited to see the new season, and it looks like my hope of a Fez episode is on the horizon. Another addition to the cast this season that I look forward to seeing is Demetrius Little Meech Flonnery Jr. I just finished season 1 of BMF, and he plays the lead role as his father, Big Meech. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out on Stars, and let me know if you want me to, do a season 1 recap. Well, what are you looking forward to in the new season of Euphoria? Myself and MJ will be covering Euphoria with live after shows, so don't worry, we'll be here for you. If you want to hear more from us in the meantime, check out our new true crime podcast with our other co-hosts, Mandy and Alicia, and that is Preposterous AF, where we uncover the unsolved, unanswered, unexplained, and truly preposterous stories. New episodes drop every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future uploads. See you next time. Bye.